People contact me every day who are relocating, ready to retire, looking for a vacation home or a short-term rental, and I love it. I love sharing my love of Galveston Bay with you. Are you ready to learn to live like you're on vacation every day? Well, boy, are you in the right place. Today, I'm going to talk about the real estate market, predictions for 2022, and will we see a crash? Interest rates are expected to increase in 2022, probably between 3.7 by the end of the year, and some people are even saying maybe 4% by the end of the year. But we definitely are projected to slowly creep up to the mid-high threes in 2022. Now, this is important for buyers because the higher the interest rate, the higher your mortgage payment. Now, the interest rate will in effect pull back on some of the demand that we're seeing in the housing market right now. Some buyers will be priced out, and others, well, they're going to be ready to jump in. Let me give you this example of a loan showing the increased payment by the interest rates we've discussed above. In this example, with a loan amount of $250,000, you can see there's basically a difference of about $170 increase in the monthly principal and interest payment. This example shows the approximate current rate of about 2.75% and what is being projected to increase to about 4% by year-end 2022. Many people will stay in the housing market even with the increase in rate. Next, let's talk about inventory. We will have the best gauge of inventory in the spring. The largest influx of listings, generally speaking, are listed in May and June. All the data says that prices will increase, but will prices increase to keep up with demand? The experts are saying no. Inventory would have to increase about 50% to make up for the demand in the housing market. So we won't likely see an increase of up to 50%. This should give buyers a better opportunity to find a home in 2022 with less bidding wars. Now, you're still going to have some competition for desirable properties. I'm talking about move-in ready properties, not homes that need a lot of repairs or renovations or that sort of thing. I would expect that for a move-in ready house and a desirable location, we will still have competition in spring of 2022. All right, so let's talk about home prices. On average, home prices are expected to increase about 5%. That's typical of a normal market. Well, at least since 1980, home prices have increased about 5% on average. The good news is we shouldn't see the huge COVID 20% increases that we've seen since the pandemic. Prices are projected to increase, not decrease. Let me say that again for those of you on the sidelines. Prices are still expected, on average, to increase. So you have your interest rate most likely increasing, and you also have home prices projected to increase. Now remember, although prices are probably not going to be increasing as much as they have the last 2 years, prices are still expected to increase. I really want to talk about why there hadn't been a crash. I hear people every day, oh, we're going to have another crash. These prices are out of control. With all these bidding wars out of control, why hasn't there been a crash? And why I predict there still won't be a crash in 2022. We haven't seen the massive foreclosures that a lot of people had predicted. The flood of foreclosures didn't hit the market all at once, and that, in my opinion, has saved us from a real estate market crash. Please like, hit subscribe, and click the little bell, and you'll be notified each week about my new videos on what it's like to live, work, and play on Galveston Bay. The pandemic has changed the way we live, work, and play. Many home buyers are now working remotely from home since COVID, either full-time or several days a week. So let's think about that for a minute. We've all been spending more time at home. We all want our homes to be more comfortable. And now we need more workspace and areas to recharge. I see people in my neighborhood renovating, adding pools, additions. They're adding value for the space where a lot of us now live and work. With so many virtual positions as today's norm, we're seeing record numbers of people heading further out of the cities to more rural or coastal homes. The short-term rental market is hot in Galveston, and homes and condos are great opportunities to enjoy a beach property as an investment and use for personal use, for vacations, or days before or after cruising out of a deepwater port of Galveston. Buyers want a convenient location for short getaways, or maybe like me, are ready to slow down to small town life on the island full time. Do you have a question or a comment? Maybe a topic you want me to cover? Drop me a note here below. The builders have inventory, but we're seeing waiting lists in new construction subdivisions. The builders aren't willing to negotiate much either. Do expect the builders to offer mortgage incentives and title services and other bonuses for their giveaways. But beware, like most things in life, nothing's free, and they are built into your loan rate and points. What we're seeing generally in new construction is there are trade shortages and supply shortages. So we probably won't get back to where we need to be until about 2023 as far as inventory goes. I do expect inventory to ease up in 2023, and this will lead to a more balanced market, not an extreme seller's market like we've seen recently. A more balanced market gives more buyers the opportunity to enter the market. So I predict we're going to go from a historically extreme seller's market to a more balanced market by 2023. However, home prices will remain or increase probably 5% or so. I predict the rental market will remain competitive, but some people will decide paying a premium for rent just isn't cutting it anymore, and we'll see the value of home ownership. Whatever the reason, we're going to see more buyers for primary residences, vacation homes, and investment properties. Americans are sitting on about $2.5 trillion in savings. Maybe they have this money because they didn't travel as much during COVID, or maybe they didn't spend as much during the pandemic period. People are sitting on these savings, and people are looking, waiting for the opportunity to find the right property to purchase. People really do want to buy. So what's my advice? Number one, stay in the hunt. I know it's very frustrating, but I want you to stay in the hunt. I want you to keep looking. Don't get frustrated. This market is going to level out. Number two, be very practical about what you're going to buy in this market for your budget. Look at the bones. You can upgrade the fixtures. You can upgrade the flooring. You can paint the interior or the exterior. Those are all superficial things. I want you to overlook them and say, okay, now how much is it going to cost me to make this house my own? A lot of times we're looking at those superficial things, but the actual house has great bones and is a great investment. So you want to look past some of the paint. You want to look past the flooring or the counters. You really can make it your own. I also want you to look maybe at moving further out from your first choice. If it was your dream to live in a certain area of town and now you've been priced out, just be willing to compromise and move further out or look in other areas to find what you want. We don't know where the housing market is going to go in the future, but at least that's what's happening in Texas. People are moving further out in the suburbs and even to places where they said they would never move. Number three, now I don't want you to wait on a crash. Prices generally increase about 5% every year. Interest rates are edging up. Prices are edging up. If you're waiting for the pandemic to end, I believe we're going to have some variant going forward, and we're going to have to learn to live with some form of this coronavirus. Much like the flu shot, hand washing, it's just going to be the norm for many of us. So I don't believe that waiting has served us well. People are waiting on the sidelines for a crash. Now we see they're paying more, not only in price, but also in rate. So please, I don't want you to wait on a crash. If you want to buy, now's the time. Well, there you have it, my real estate market predictions for 2022. I hope you found some helpful information and that you'll check out my other videos. Now, I know you like the video because you're still here. I want to give you my free Galveston Bay relocation guide. Just click on the link below and you can download my free Galveston Bay Relocation Guide. While you're there, you can find real-time property listings all over Galveston Bay. I have tips, tricks, blogs, vlogs, all types of helpful information all in one convenient place. Ask me about mortgage resources or condo specialists or vacation homes. I have coastal insurance company referrals for all your insurance needs. If you have any questions or need more information, please reach out to me, text, email, call, however you want to get in touch with me. I'm here and I want to be your full service resource for Galveston Bay real estate. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time.